Hey, it's Craig back with you in the sports cabin on this Friday. Well, the Astros are unbeaten in exhibition play, and that's a good thing, right? But I wanted to go back to yesterday when Arian Foster got cut. I immediately remembered the day in 1984 that Ladd Herzeg, the wacko Oilers general manager, traded Earl to New Orleans, at least though the Oilers got something for him, a first-round pick from the Saints in 1985. I hurried to New Orleans at the time with a Channel 2 photographer to cover the unthinkable, Earl in a Saints uniform. Bum was the Saints coach then. He had the understatement of the deal, telling reporters in New Orleans, "I always thought Earl was a good back." Yeah, he was. I got to the Saints practice facility about 10 minutes before Earl trotted out of the locker room. He was wearing that black practice jersey with a number 35 on it. 34 apparently had already been taken. He looked very uncomfortable. This is the guy who came to Channel 2 the day after my son was born. He brought me a football, and it was signed to Cody Peace and Love, Earl Campbell. Earl didn't have to do that, but he did it, and he came in person. Earl played for New Orleans 3 days later, and he played the entire 1985 season for the Saints, his last in pro ball, but he only scored one touchdown. George Rogers was the back the Saints had playing ahead of him. The Oilers had fired Bum and traded Earl. Any wonder that most of us didn't care for Bud Adams? It got even worse. A little over 10 years later, the team moved to Tennessee. Arian got one more year in Houston than Earl did. I have a feeling he'll stay in Texas, maybe finish his career with, of all things, the Dallas Cowboys. They need a running back like him. Or maybe he does like Earl, goes to New Orleans. They could use him too. I remember talking to Arian in 2009. He had just been promoted from the practice squad. Another reporter was in the locker room, and he said, "Who were you talking to?" And I had to be honest. I said, "I'm not sure." And I'm still not sure. He was a character, still is, but I liked him. He had great quotes. And I know one thing. I saw every one of Arian Foster's 54 touchdowns in a Houston uniform. This is Craig Roberts on Click to Houston.